So let's talk about mental health, shall we? You chose from an option of 4 and you picked mental health. You could have had anything, but you want me to talk about mental health. And that's fine. It's absolutely fine. So I'm going to talk about what could help you right now. I'm going to talk about how my mental health has been affected. And also in the description there is a link that goes to checkpoint.org, which I think is checkpoint.org. It is checkpoint.org. That goes to a worldwide mental health site where you can pick your location, your country if you need help now. And on there will be links to people that you can talk to wherever you are. I'm not a professional, I'm not a counsellor, but I think we have all suffered in some form from mental health, whether that's anxiety or stresses or depression or OCD or whatever it is. We've all been there in some way, shape or form. But right now, I want to tell you that you are enough. Right now. I'm telling you that because it's true. This video isn't going to be like a miracle cure, okay? I don't have all the answers. I'm just hoping we can discuss and talk and hopefully at some point in the video make you smile. I'm not a professional, but I've been affected. If I hadn't been affected, I kind of feel like I'd not be in the right place to even start to do this. So let's breathe for a minute. Pause the video if you want, grab a cup of tea. I've got a peppermint here because peppermint is calming. Plus I love a peppermint tea. You see me drink coffee all the time, but coffee is ridden to make you anxious. Give it the shakes. So instead I ventured in for a peppermint. And so let's talk. So we all deal with things differently. We deal with mental health differently. We all have highs and we all have lows, and sometimes when we have a low we write off the entire day. We don't get anything done. We get stressed because of work, because of school, college, exams. It all gets a little bit too much and we kind of just shut down. We need a breather and we need time of our own, and sometimes we don't know how to cope with that. Sometimes it's hard to think that anything's gonna be okay. It's hard to try and increase your self-worth and say you are enough, because at this moment in time you might not feel like you are. And it's a really hard hurdle to overcome, to jump across. So I've struggled with mental health openly, apparently I'm about to tell you. So I've struggled from mental health issues, and I suppose it started 10 years ago. And so I made a YouTube channel to try and seek affirmations and positive affirmations from a bunch of strangers who watched the video. But those strangers over the last 10 years I can now call friends. People who are watching me now, you've seen me at my best, my upper highs. You've also seen me at my worst. But also on that note, other people have struggled more. And other people have struggled less. People may not even be aware that they've ever had a mental health issue, that they've suffered from something. So it's really, really important to notice that everyone deals with it differently. It's important to notice that if something is affecting you, however big or small, it is still affecting your mood and emotions. And if it is affecting your mood and emotions, reach out for someone. Talk about it, whether that's a family or a friend or a counsellor. Just, it's okay to talk. In fact, it makes everything better to talk. So that's why I put the link in the description, because if you just need to talk to someone right now, you can go on there and you can call someone up and you can have a chat. And I think that's so important to have. But there are little things you can do right now. People use the term heavily nowadays, which is meditation and mindfulness. Meditation isn't me sitting here humming away. Me right now, I'm having a little bit of a meditation moment. I'm having a cup of green tea. I've got my candles on. I've even got a lava lamp on. I just watered my cactus. And I'm talking to a camera on my own in my bedroom, expressing my thoughts, trying to process everything that's going on. I actually feel relaxed right now. So mindfulness and meditation is about taking your mind off of your thoughts, just for a little bit, giving your brain a rest. It's taking it away from your worries, these worries that are affecting you right now and causing these uncomfortable feelings. So, you're not alone. What you can do is go for a walk. You can go for a run, go for a cycle, have a cup of tea. You could read a book or listen to some music or listen to a podcast. See, these are all things to take your mind off of your worries and your stresses, and that is mindfulness and that is meditation. You're giving your brain some time to breathe and process, and it's just what sleep does. When you go to sleep at night and you wake up and you feel okay for that brief second, and then all of a sudden everything crumbles back in again. However, mindfulness and meditation are just taking the moment, and they don't have to be sitting with your legs crossed and humming and trying to take away those thoughts. However, I did it. I used Headspace, which is a mindfulness and meditation app, and I used that for about 2 years. Then realised there was other ways of me meditating. So what I do, and my little moment in the morning to myself, is I go to the gym. I will go to the gym and I will go for a walk at the gym. Sounds stupid, but I'll go for a walk, or I'll go for a run, or I'll do some weights and stuff. And then sometimes I will eat some food. I'll have my broccoli, I'll have my chicken, I'll have some nice healthy goodness, and I will just eat the food, but concentrating on every bite with no distractions. And that is called mindful eating. That's another form of meditation. But we know that these mental health issues can come in many forms, and they can escalate into other things. They can escalate into an OCD or self-harm or an eating disorder. And so that's why it's very, very important that when you start noticing these subtle changes, that you do talk to someone. Because these problems that are associated with mental health are a form of you and your mind trying to take back control of something that you've lost. When I was very young, I struggled with OCD, but that's because at the time I was under pressure from school, my relationships at school and friendships, and I felt like if I do turn this light switch on and off 8 times and put the shower head back on the shower 10 times, things will get better. I was in a really fortunate position that my mother was taking a counselling course at that time, and she noticed. Mum was there for me, and she sat me down and she started going through some CBT, which is cognitive behavioural therapy, and she started to evaluate my thought path and try to make everything better, and she did. She was a gem. She was there, and she's always been there. I'm very lucky in that sense that my mum can kind of understand what's going on in my brain, or try and make things better. So that's one story that affected me when I was a kid. However, right now, I still struggle. Some of you may find this familiar, some might not. However, I struggle to understand people. I struggle to process things that someone might say that hurts me, and that makes me upset and angry and annoyed, and I don't know how to process these feelings. I end up falling into this hole where I wish I said something back, or I told the person that what they were saying was hurting me and harming me, and I end up bottling it all in until I finally explode and I say something nasty, and it's just, and I'm crying and it's all a bloody mess. So however, something that helped and something I want to share with you right now is a card that my mum gave me. And it's called the I Feel card. So I'm going to go and find and grab for you right now. This is it. You can't see this. I'll just put it on the screen, it's fine. I call it the I feel card, but on here it says it's the personal statement card. So how it works is when someone has said something hurtful to you and made you feel, I don't know, upset or angry or uncomfortable, you tell them. And there's a way of going around it. So, I don't know, so as an example, my colleague has just told me that I'm an idiot. Simple. But when they've called me an idiot, it's made me feel upset. And so this is what is going to happen. I'm going to approach them, and I'm going to say, I feel upset when you called me an idiot because it made me feel small and worthless. I would like you not to call me an idiot again. I feel card. You're taking control of a situation that's made you upset, essentially. And all you're doing is telling a person that they've made you feel a feeling when they've said something and it made you feel uncomfortable and that you just don't want to do it again. It's so simple. And this is something that I use to be able to tell someone that they've done something that hurts me, because I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit of a pushover. But that's just me. And that's changing. I'm getting to grips with it every day. Slowly. But I just want you to remember that you are enough and that we're all going through it and we've all gone through it and you're not alone in this situation, in this feeling, because I know that it can feel like you are so isolated, but there's always going to be someone there that's going to pick up the phone, whether it is a family member or your best mate or someone on that link in the description, wherever you are in the world. There's a telephone number which you can call and someone will answer and they will ask if you're okay. Mental health sucks, guys. But it's coming to terms with it and understanding it and fighting it and talking about it. So guys, let's talk. I've spoke. Let's fight it. I didn't even talk about lockdown. Oh, that's a different situation. But I will end the video. I won't talk about lockdown. I'll do that on a separate video. But lockdown's been tough for a lot of people. Coronavirus has really, truly hurt a lot of people. And if you're affected, guys, I am so sorry and I am there with you right now. Because I've been affected with family and really close friends. And unfortunately, I have lost someone during this time. And it's horrible. But I'm not alone. I've got people I can talk to. And I've got you I can talk to, and you can understand and watch this and go, oh, Lewis, you're fine. We're here with you. But I can say ditto right back to that because, guys, I'm here. I'm making content. I'm uploading a video that hopefully makes you smile at some points. But I'm also here to remind you that you can just chat away. Please do. Everything will be alright. You're not alone. And it may take some time. It may take a day or a week or a month or a year. We'll all get through it. There'll be highs and there'll be lows, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So if you haven't got yourself a cup of tea, get yourself a cup of tea. Because tea makes everything better. And a biscuit. Get a bit. I think I've got a protein bar in here somewhere. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open that protein bar right now and I'm going to have a bite because I've said no to eating it. I've said no to it because I was worried about the calories or what I'm eating later. But you know what? Sometimes just dunking something in a cup of tea is good for you. I'm not going to dunk this in a cup of tea because that'll just ruin the protein bar. But I'm going to eat it anyway. Guys, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, please. If you need to talk to anyone right now, there is a link in the description. It goes to checkpoint.org. Have a look, find your country. Have a phone call. I'll give you my number, but I'm extremely busy. Just take care of yourselves. And I will see you in a couple of days' time. Definitely next weekend. See you later.